What would you say would be the biggest things you learnt about yourself during that time?
The courage to be vulnerable is not about winning or losing, but it's about the courage to show up when you can't predict or control the outcome. That's what got me through. It took a lot of courage to be vulnerable. I had to tell people what I needed in that moment. I had to acknowledge that I needed people right there and then. And it was my time to be vulnerable and say, this is what I need. And I remember I was so new in business, calling my business friends. And I was like, oh my God, this thing happened. I need you to write me a checklist of what the hell I need to do, because I have no idea. I've obviously just lost lots of important documents. Who do I ring? What do I do? Do I have to ring law cover right now?
Because everything's done via paper files, right, in law.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things are, And I think it's pausing and reflecting on the fact that I needed help and I needed to accept help from wherever it was coming. And that's a really hard thing for people to do, especially people of strong personalities. It's hard to stop and say, you know what, I'm going to accept all the help that comes. Because right now in this second, I need it. And I remember being really blown away at how wonderful people were and how many of those people said to me, Renee, you helped me in my hardest time. I had clients whom I am internally grateful for who found out what had happened. And there was one client in particular who just filled her boot. She went around, she told everyone that this thing happened to her lawyer, and her lawyer helped her through her darkest time. She wants everyone to help me through mine. It was I think it's hard to accept, but at the same time, it's a really deep feeling of a little bit of joy. It is, because these people don't owe you anything. But for this person, I must have done something in their hardest times to alleviate them, and they wanted to repay that. So for me, that was a real moment. And it was a real awakening of, wow, I really do, like what I do in my business and as being a lawyer really does make a difference in people's lives. And in this moment, they wanted to help me.
You think tragedy like that shaped you to be a better lawyer?
I think so, absolutely. Absolutely, because until you go through the darkest times, you haven't seen shit. You don't know. As lawyers, we're there fighting for people. But unless that person's been through the hardest time themselves and can put themselves in that other person's position, realistically speaking, you don't know. So yeah, I do. I absolutely think I've changed and shaped as a person because of the experience. And it wasn't a matter of, this thing happened and then it was resolved. It wasn't like that. We had a circumstance where, thing happened. We were underinsured. Our insurance didn't want to pay us money. The builder didn't want anything to do with it. We didn't have money to fix the problem. It was an awakening moment, because what do? You either crawl into a ball and hide from the problem, or you get the hell up, you get in the boxing ring and you figure it out.